Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm really grateful that you're listening, subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate all of your support. And in this one, I wanted to speak a little bit more about our introverted nature and how having a space of your own as an INFJ, I believe, is one of the most important things for our mental, social development. It is paramount, and I'm not even joking about the importance of having our own space. Now, INFJs, I'm talking about introverted people in general, but INFJs particularly, because I am an INFJ, so I can speak in that regard. Whenever I've spent some time outside doing whatever I'm doing, it doesn't matter where I'm gone, how much fun I had, whatever I was doing, as soon as I open the door to my empty apartment and I step into my apartment and feel that sense of peace, I close the door behind me, I lock it, and I'm standing there in that empty apartment, in this empty apartment, I feel this immense sense of relief, this relief that I can't even explain to you, the relief that I'm home, that I'm finally alone, that I am the luckiest person on this planet because I get to have the space where I can be on my own. Now, I do spend a lot more time in Asia because I like a lot of different countries here. You know how much I love Thailand, blah, blah, blah. And also, I'm traveling around the world, moving and doing all that stuff. So I am spending a lot of time in places that are extremely crowded and loud and noisy and polluted. And so, of course, coming home into my safe space with its quietness and its cleanliness and my air purifier and all that stuff, it makes me feel quite relieved in a lot of different ways. But this sense of relief is not just limited to living in extremely loud, polluted, populated Asian countries. It's also related to being in Canada. When I was in Canada as well, which is not crowded at all, doesn't have a lot of people, and I would open my door to my Toronto apartment and I would step inside. It was literally like I had found heaven. I was in bliss. I'm not even joking. I would open the door, I'd close the door behind me, I'd stand there, look at my empty apartment, clean, empty, quiet apartment, and I would just feel like, wow, oh my gosh, this is the best moment ever. I'm in heaven right now. I'm so lucky. And I'm not even joking. I know a lot of people are going to listen to this and think, wow, she is so sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic here. I'm not being funny. It is the sense of immense relief and gratitude that I feel every single time I step into my own empty apartment or my own empty room, wherever it might be. If it's a hotel room, as soon as I close the door behind me, my room's empty, I'm by myself, I feel like, this is the best, I just want to stay here forever. Of course I can't, because you have to go out, you have to do things, but having that oasis, having that little peaceful, quiet, clean oasis for yourself to go into after you've had a long day of being around people or around noise is one of the most important things for an INFJ. And I've realized this because even when I had my own room in my parents' house, closing that door was a big relief to me, especially because I had a bathroom attached, so I didn't really have to go out at all unless I wanted to eat food. But even so, having my own apartment where I am by myself, the door is closed, there's no one there, no one around at all in the living area or in the dining area or in the kitchen. I'm by myself, I can cook by myself, I can do everything by myself, no one there to tell me how to do things or how to keep things or whatever it might be. Not that that's such a huge thing, I'm just saying that little thing, just having my own space, made such a huge difference in my psychological development, in my mental development, in making me feel socially alright, because I have this space where I can recharge. And then so when I go out in the real world again and I'm surrounded by people, I don't feel as angry about it. I don't feel as suffocated by it. I don't feel as pressurized by it, I can go out in the real world because I've taken my time off in my cave and I've had a really, really good introverted time to myself. So I can go out and be like, all right, cool. I had 2 days to relax on my own. Now I'm outside, but that's okay because I can always, I know I can always go back into my room, into my quiet space after all of this is done. And just having that knowing that I have the space that I can go back to, it's my own space, there's no one there, no one's going to bother me, I'm going to sit there in my room by myself, and I can recharge myself, recharge my batteries, I can journal, I can watch the movies I want to watch, I can cook the food I want to cook, I can eat the food I want to eat, I can do whatever I want in this space. That gives me such peace and solace that you cannot imagine. Now, I'm realizing that the reason I'm able to be so creative, the reason I'm able to do these videos, I've been doing them for 10 years almost, and I used to do them every single day in the beginning. It was because I had my own space. I could record them in my own time. There was no one there around me. I was in my own apartment. Even now, I write a lot, I create a lot, I'm constantly doing new things. It's because I have the power of creativity behind me, and I can be creative because I'm not giving away a lot of my creative energy to people. And that's a huge thing for an INFJ, because a lot of our creative energy in general does go towards people. People either suck it, they actually like pull it from us like energy vampires do, or toxic people do, or narcissistic people do, or we give it to them because we feel bad for them. We have a lot of empathy, we're highly sensitive. And so a lot of our energy, particularly creative energy, is going in all of these directions, and we're not able to use it for ourselves. But when you have your own space, and even if you're married, you can have your own space, you can have your own room, your own office, your own space where no one's allowed to come, etc. I mean, I don't know how it's possible for mothers to do this, and maybe that's why mothers a lot of times will not be able to be as creative, because they're taking care of children. They don't have time for all that. But as an INFJ, if possible, it's good to have your own space where you can go and create and be by yourself and be on your own, away from everyone else's energies, everyone's stuff, So it's not distracting for us, and we can be on our own and we can do what we need to do. Now, a lot of people don't have this space, unfortunately. A lot of people don't think it's necessary, unfortunately, either. If you're an INFJ, I'm telling you with absolute certainty, every INFJ I know, they need the space. Almost every INFJ I've spoken to has the space and is very creative because of it. And if they don't have it, I'm not saying that they're completely non-creative, but they do have a really hard time being the best version of themselves as possible. I know that I can be the best version of myself because I have all the space to do the things I need to do in order to become that version of myself. I can journal, I can build my self-knowledge, I can read, I can do all the things that I love to do without anyone around me, and without me giving my energy away for free, as we do so often as INFJs. Obviously, as soon as I go outside, people are constantly pulling my energy, constantly asking me questions, constantly asking me to do things for them. And so that's all right, but I know in my space, as soon as I close that door of my apartment, I'm on my own, there's no one here, and no one's going to bother me, unless I choose to let it happen. Like, I can choose to pick up a call from my family, I can choose to message back my friends, I can choose to email back my work, things like that, So the only reason I wanted to really do this video is, if you don't have a space like this, please do create a space like that for yourself as much as possible. It could literally be a cafe that you go to that's mostly empty and quiet at the time that you go. It could be just a forest walk that you do when you feel like overwhelmed by all the different things going on around you, and you just go for that walk and you feel, I recharge myself. It could be a room in your apartment, in your house with family all around you. It could be a meditation corner because you don't have enough space for a room. It just needs to be a space where you can literally put a barrier around yourself of sorts. It could just be a curtain, and you feel like, okay, this is my space, I'm in my space, I'm recharging right now. And just giving yourself that cave-like space of yourself, for yourself, is so useful to an INFJ for their growth. It is the ultimate thing, actually, I would think. I know there's so many things that we do reading and all that stuff, but a lot of times what an INFJ really needs is time to sit and think and imagine and dream and be in their thoughts. And we don't get that enough of that time anymore, especially in this society. It's constantly go, 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 loud, 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 noise, noise, noise. It's so noisy, this world. I mean, so noisy, unless you're living in a forest somewhere. I mean, even in a yoga class or a meditation class, people will come and they'll be yelling at the top of their lungs as if, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, do you not have a soft voice button? Like, what is going on? Also, this is India, so people are just like noisy in general, and loud, It's really loud. But that's why I need the space, and that's why I cannot have roommates here. I cannot have roommates here. I rather pay an extra amount of money to have my own space, because freaking loud people annoy the hell out of me, and I can't get my space. I can't have that relaxing, rejuvenating time that I need in order to become the best version of myself. I need my own space. That's just how it is. So make it happen for yourself as much as possible as well, because you will notice such an immense amount of growth as soon as you have that space. I am assuring you of that. Well, I'm not giving you guarantees, but I can tell you from my own experience, it is the thing for me that makes a huge difference. If you have questions, obviously let me know. If you have comments on this, or if you want to tell me about your space, your cave, I would love to hear about that. Again, thank you for listening, for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.